looking to see if I'm live. And I am. I'm live. All right. Hello. All right. Okay. I'm Deanna Blackmon, Stampindede, and this is Stampin' Thursday, and it's the third Thursday of the month, and so it's Mystery Thursday, mystery card. And as you know, I love mystery cards. I scroll the Pinterest and YouTube looking for mystery cards because I like to do them. And the fun thing about it is everybody's card is going to look different. And then I go and I do my first one. I'm usually not the most thrilled with, but then I do the same layout again. And anyway, sometimes I do them over and over and over again. So that's what we're going to do today, mystery card. But first, I just want to remind you that it ends tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's the 18th. The sale. There's a seasonal sale going on, and it's a good sale. Discounts on everything. So if there's anything you need, even if it's just consumable supplies, look and see if it isn't one of the things included in the sale. You can look on this website, Stampidede's Doings, and find the information there. And so, yeah, I think that's it. Are you ready? Let's do mystery cards. So I'm going to put the phone down. I'm going to turn it down, so just be patient. Let me tighten this up so it doesn't go anywhere. All right, here we are. We're ready for Mystery Thursday, Stampin' Thursday. And I'm looking to see if there's anybody online with me yet. So let me refresh this and get it going. So if you are watching, please just comment so I know you're there. And that way I don't run off and leave you either with my clues. All right. So these are the supplies that you were to have gathered. And if you didn't do that, then if you want to gather these up real quickly, then you can make the card with us. All right. So I'm just looking on here. All right. So I'm not seeing anybody on. So if you are, please comment so that I know that I'm doing this in the right place, but I'm sure I am. All right, it says I'm live. It says I'm on Stampidede's Doings. So here we go. These are the supplies you were to get. You were to use one color of colored cardstock, and you were to do an 8.5 by 5.5, which is your card base, scored at 4 1/4. You were also to do a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of this same color, and a 2 1/16 by 2 1/16 of the same color, and a 1 1/4 by 2 1/4 of the same color. Then you were to use a second color, and you're only to do one piece of that second color, and that is a 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 inch piece. So you've got two colors of cardstock, and then you've got some basic white. You're to do a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece. You're to do a 1 by 2 inch scrap for the sentiment, And if you, and for your image, you need about a 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. So, you know, anything around that size is going to work for you. So you can either, there will come a point when you will either stamp your image on a 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 piece, or you will stamp an image and die cut it or fussy cut it, or you might die cut or fussy cut a piece out of designer series paper, which I did on at least one of my samples, if not two of them, maybe. So whatever, but that's about the size you need. And then you need a 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 inch piece, and that's going to be your inside panel. Then for your designer series paper, you need 5 coordinating pieces, 1 by 1. And they can all be different, or they can be like 2 of one and 3 of another pattern. However you want to do it. I did it several different ways. And then you need a 1/2 inch by 4 inch strip of that same designer paper. Hi, Kay. Good. I'm glad you're watching. Thank you for saying so, for letting me know. All right. And then you need a 9 to 10 inch piece of ribbon or twine. And of course your ink. You do need an embossing folder, adhesive, Stampin' Dimensional. So these are the things you need. And if you did not get to gather these up, then watch the video and then go back and gather these things up and make your own mystery card. All right, here we go. You've got your supplies ready to go. Here's clue 2. You need to emboss the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of colored cardstock. You know, my video is not going. Hold on. Why isn't it moving? Is yours moving? Play. Oh, here we go. I sometimes wonder about myself. All right. So you're going to emboss the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of color A cardstock and adhere it to the front of the card base. So emboss that piece, that 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of color A cardstock, and adhere it to the front of the card base. I'm going to give you just a minute to do that if you're playing along. All right. So I don't know if anybody's actually doing this with me or if you're just watching it. So you can always come back and slow it down if you want to, but we're gonna go on to clue 3. Clue 3 is to adhere the 2 1/16 by 2 1/16 inch piece of color A cardstock to the top right of the 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece of basic white. And you're just going to leave a very small margin. So take that 2 1/16 square piece of your basic color, your color A, and adhere it to the top right of your 3 1/4 inch square piece of basic white. And just leave a little small margin going around. So you're just adhering that down. All right. Clue 4. Now you're going to adhere the 1 by 1 pieces of designer series paper to the left and the bottom of the basic white piece, of your square basic white piece, and you're going to do it in an L shape. So you're going to you're going to adhere all 5 of these pieces around your 3 1/4 inch basic white piece. I mean around the 2 1/16 piece in an L shape, around the 2 1/16 piece of color A cardstock. So it's on the white around the colored cardstock. So get those 5 pieces. You can arrange them any way you want. And glue those down. All right, got those glued down. All right, here's clue 5. So now you're going to adhere this 3 1/4 inch square piece of basic white to the 3 1/2 inch square of colored cardstock B, and you'll do this with dimensionals. So you're putting your basic white piece that you've added your little squares to, you're putting that on the 3 1/2 inch square with dimensionals. All right. Since I don't see anybody doing it with me, I'm not going to wait as long. Usually Kay is on here doing her card, but I don't see her. So I'm going to keep going. Here is clue 6. So now you're going to stamp an image on that basic white scrap, and you can die cut it or fussy cut it, or you can die cut an image out of your designer series paper. You just want an image adhered to this 2 1/16 by 2 1/16 piece of color A cardstock with dimensionals, and that's the one that you put up in the right hand corner. So if you've already got your image ready, then put it on there with dimensionals, or if you need to get one ready, you may even need to color one. And if that's the case, then you can just pause this and do that and get it on there and then move on. I always transfer this to YouTube after it's done, and so you can always go watch it on YouTube too. All right, so you've put your image onto the color A cardstock piece up in the right hand corner of the square with the little 1 inch squares around it. All right, now you're going to adhere the 3 1/2 inch square of color B cardstock, so this is your different color, to the top front of the card, of your card base. So do that to the top front of your card base. All right. I'm getting something ready here that I can demonstrate to you. Okay. All right. Now you're going to, this is clue 8, you're going to stamp your sentiment on the 1 by 2 inch scrap of basic white. So stamp your sentiment, whatever sentiment you've chosen, and then adhere the sentiment panel to the 1 1/8 by 2 1/8 colored cardstock A. So you're just going to create a border is what you're going to do. So stamp your sentiment and then add that basic white piece to your colored cardstock A that's just a little bit bigger. All right, clue 9. So now you're going to take your ribbon and you're going to position that ribbon under the sentiment piece with a loop and an end sticking out from each side. And I'm going to show you, and then you're going to secure it with a glue dot. So here's your ribbon. So I'm just going to create a loop with this end sticking out and another loop. Get my ribbon even here. It wants to curl. Another loop with the end sticking out, and I'm going to take a glue dot and put it on that, maybe a couple of glue dots. This is my sentiment piece, not really, but pretend I have a sentiment on here, on that side, and so I can see my sentiment piece is not going to be this big, so hold on a minute. All right. So then I'm going to take it and adhere it to the back, and all it's going to do is stick out a little bit. So that's what it's going to do. This isn't perfect. There we go. And I would cut it off right here. So it's just going to stick out a little bit behind your sentiment. If this were my real sentiment piece, I would be doing this a lot more carefully. And then I would cut my ribbon right here. All right? Now it says adhere the sentiment piece with the ribbon onto the card front centered at the bottom. So when you glue it down, when you adhere it, and I did that with dimensionals. So I didn't say that. I did that with dimensionals. So then it's going to look kind of like that. It'll be a little neater. So I should put right here, centered at the bottom with dimensionals. All right, with dimensionals. So you've put your ribbon under your sentiment piece with ends and the loop sticking out. Now you're going to adhere the sentiment piece with the ribbon onto the card front, centered at the bottom with dimensionals. All right, and then clue 10, adhere the strip of DSP to the bottom of the basic white piece that goes inside the card and glue it in. Adhere it to the inside of the card. And guess what? Guess what? You should have your mystery card in front of you. So, you want to see the reveal of the mystery card, of my mystery card? All right, let me get these over here. So I'm going to show you the one I did first. Here we go. Let's see if yours looks anything like this. Here's the first one I did. And I just die cut this. Maybe I fussy cut it out of the designer series paper, the Hues of Happiness. And then these just all came out of a sheet of designer series paper. All right. Does yours look anything like that? I bet it does. I bet it does. And there's my inside with my designer series paper attached to the bottom. for a feeling better kind of day. And I thought, I have a friend who's going through a really rough time, and I thought this would, for a feeling better kind of day, maybe this would cheer her up. All right, that's card 1. Here's sample 2. I decided, okay, there goes my sentiment piece. I decided I needed a Christmas card. I needed to do a Christmas sample for you to see. So here's the red ribbon under it. I can't keep my sentiment down. That ribbon is thicker. All right, and then I just cut the little train out of that, what is that designer series paper? Let's see. Let me see. What is it? It is Santa Express. It's the Santa Express designer series paper. So these came out of, these are 2 different patterns actually. The Ho 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 is one sheet and the Gifts is another sheet. So I alternated those. And then there's another sheet with all these Santas, and so I cut my Santa out of that. There's my inside. All right, and now for sample number 3. One of my favorite sets is this little gnome set, Kindest Gnomes. So I actually stamped and colored and die cut him. These are the, what is it, Starry Sky papers. So I used 2 different patterns. I used the soft succulent pattern and then the black and gold pattern. And this is the twine. This is actually twine that's in the new catalog. Pumpkin pie twine. And sending happy thoughts. So, yeah. And there he is. So those are the 3 cards that I made from this particular mystery card. So I hope you will do that too. I hope you will do that too. I hope you will make a card. And I would love to see a picture of it. You can go to my blog. Here's my blog. You can go to my blog and post your picture there. I put everything I do on my website, I put on my blog. So go and click follow and follow my blog, and you'll be notified every time I post something. And I won't get this up till later on this afternoon, but it'll be on my blog with full instructions and photos and everything. And you can post a picture of your card on the blog. All right. Like I said, there is a sale going on today. And if you don't have a demonstrator and you find something you want to order, you can go right here to my ordering page, deannablackmon.stampinup.net, and place your order. And I would be happy to help you with anything you need. So, thank you for being here today. Thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the mystery card for today. And I hope you'll try it for yourself. Thank you, Kay, for watching. I'm glad you did. And hello, hubby of mine. Thanks for letting me know that I'm coming through loud and clear. All right. And so this is Stampindede. And let's see, next Thursday, I will not be doing a Stampin' Thursday because that's Thanksgiving. So I won't be doing anything that day, but we'll be watching then for the first Thursday in December. And this next week, I will be doing my coffee and a card. If you're local and you want to come by for a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and make a card, I would love for you to do that. I would love for you to come by. It's just a short period of time, but we do that and it's free. All right. Have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.